Good morning, everyone, and Meg Rossler joining you here in the 21 Alive Plus studio at the digital desk. And I'm joined with reporter Jessica Walter, who is down in Carroll County right now for the first day of the Delphi murders trial is getting underway, and opening statements are starting up this morning. And Jess, I know you've been down there all morning. Do you just want to tell us a little bit about what you've seen, what it's been like? I know it's been pretty crazy down there from what you've been telling me so far today.
Yeah, Meg, I mean, it's been kind of a quiet morning here in Delphi. You know, a lot of people doing their morning commute. But one thing I really did notice, there was a lot of police officers who were kind of circling around the courthouse here this morning, making sure everything has been running smoothly. I mean, there's been a lot of preparation to make sure everything runs smoothly with how much media attention there's gotten on this case. So yeah, definitely a lot of people kind of going to work, but this is one of those things I kind of was thinking about it. This has really affected this community for the past nearly 8 years now. So this is something they've been waiting for a really, really long time. But like I said, lots of people just heading to work. It's a quiet morning, but at the same time, there's a lot of people in Delphi who normally wouldn't be here. There's a lot of reporters, a lot of media teams here today. We've got podcasters, people who are interested in true crime, and a lot of public interest here today. So despite being a quiet morning here in Delphi, it's definitely a busy one.
And something that I know we've been closely covering is the fact that obviously you are outside of the courthouse right now. We are not actually inside the courthouse. There's a bit of a specific process when it comes to what media is allowed inside the courtroom on specific days. Do you kind of want to give us an inside look as to how that's selected and how this media pool is working for the continuation of this trial?
Yeah, Meg, I mean, it is kind of a complicated process. It's one of those things, this case, like I said, has just gotten so much media and public interest over the past 8 years or so, especially in the past couple of years since they did arrest Richard Allen in connection to this case. So with all of that considered, they literally have to do a media drawing, like sort of lottery, to figure out who's able to be in this courthouse. I mean, you can see it here behind me. This courthouse is quite a bit smaller than the Allen County courthouse. You know, the jury is selected from Allen County, but it is a lottery drawing to figure out who's able to go in. So there's a pool of print media, there's a pool of broadcast media, and they're doing, you know, a drawing to see who does that. And those people have to report back to the other people that didn't get to be picked in the drawing. Now there are also pool seats that people are just able to go take. We did not get selected for either of those today. We are selected to be a pool reporter on Tuesday, so we should have someone in the courtroom on Tuesday. But for today, we're really just waiting for that designated pool reporter to come out and tell us what notes they've taken, what they were able to see. And that's really how we're getting our information here, because this does have so much media interest and public interest that they can't fit everyone who wants to be in that courtroom in there.
And like you were saying, it's a select process of who's in there, and they have to come out and basically report to all of the other media sources who are waiting outside, which is what you're going to be doing for us so patiently today. And we thank you for being down there and doing all of this and getting the latest information to us. And obviously, pre-trial was in Allen County earlier this week. Today is the first day of the actual trial. Again, you are down in Carroll County at the courthouse, and opening statements are being made today. Obviously, that's a pretty big term, and I know we might not have an exact answer on what's being covered today, but any ideas on what maybe we can expect from seeing these opening statements in court today?
You know, Meg, the way I see it, as somebody who's really not able to be right there in the courtroom, I just see this as day one of the next 5 weeks. I mean, this has been a case that's been going on, like I said, for 8 years, with so many layers, so many twists and turns, so many delays in this case, leaving so many questions. So, you know, like you said, it's kind of unclear exactly what's going to be said, but you can only imagine this is day one of what is going to be a long, complicated trial with lots of questions. We've got the jury in there. They're probably just kind of starting to get into the case that this is, that's been so complicated over the past several years.
And again, that jury was sworn in Allen County yesterday. And just something that I did want to point out that was brought to my attention this morning when we were kind of getting set up for setting up this live stream and bringing Jess to us live. A motion was brought up yesterday in court about whether or not certain sketches or drawings released by investigators in the beginning of this investigation would be able to be used during the trial. We did not hear official ruling from Special Judge Frangol yesterday, but we do know that that is something she said she will be covering today in the courtroom, whether or not those sketches will be used during the trial. So that is something that we should be expecting an answer, kind of one of the only things that we know we will be getting out of the courtroom today. But Jess, I know it's been a bit of a long morning for you out there. Again, you've been out there seeing the line wrapped around. Anything else you want to point out for us that you've seen down in Delphi today?
Yeah, I mean, besides just the people going around, like I said, there's a lot of police out here kind of going around the courthouse, making sure things are running smoothly. But one thing that really stood out to me this morning, I had a woman drop by. She was talking about the fact that she was watching YouTubers who were covering it. She was watching them live, and she, was watching their stream, noticed that they were out here, came to come find them. She's lived in Delphi, but the thing that really struck me when she was talking was just the fact that she said, this has been a mess. So this is something that really has captured the people here in Delphi. I mean, the death of 2 young girls in a close, tight-knit community. We've been around Delphi. I mean, it's nothing in size compared to, where we are from, Fort Wayne, but you can tell definitely a tight-knit community where these people are definitely affected by the death of these young girls. So she said it's been a mess here in Delphi, her words, but definitely something that we can expect lots of hopefully answered questions. But like you said today, the one thing we do know is that motion from Judge Skoll is something we're expecting to hear today. But besides that, I guess we're going to have to see what we hear on their lunch break at around noon. So hopefully we get some of that information before our noon newscast or around that time. And then again, probably between 3 and 4 o'clock is when we should get our next round of information from inside the courthouse.
And in case anyone is just joining us here, Meg Rossler and Jessica Walter bringing you the latest. Jess is down at the Carroll County Courthouse for the first day of the Delphi murders trial. Opening statements are underway right now. And obviously we are not inside the courthouse, we are outside of the courthouse, and it's a bit of a tricky process when it comes to what media is allowed inside of the courtroom and what's been able to report back to us. And as of right now, we haven't gotten any specific reports back. Jess was just saying around lunchtime, noon, is when we're expecting to see that next report from some of those media sources that are inside of the courtroom right now. And Jess, thank you so much for hopping on here and giving us the latest. And we will be coming on here again a little bit afternoon. Our noon newscast, you'll be doing another live report for us, but then we'll also get to go into some more detail here on our digital desk about what was discussed inside that courtroom until noon today. All right, thank you so much for joining us, Jess.
We will bring you the very latest.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us here today in the 21 Alive Plus studio, and we will again be bringing you the latest with Jess down at the Carroll County Courthouse. All right, thanks everyone so much.